guys, it's Kales, and this is my new Booktuber tag. The reasons I'm doing this video are twofold. One being I have never done a tag video before and I'm really excited to do this one, and I think it's rather appropriate because two, I have only been doing Booktube for about 2 months now and I would still consider myself pretty new at this. If you're new to this channel and know absolutely nothing about me, just to give you a quick overview, my name is Mikaley and I go by Kales because that's what my sister called me, and I use that name on YouTube because I had a previous channel with my sister called Kales and Cece, and so when my sister and I stopped doing the channel together, I created KalesKorner and just sort of continued using that name on YouTube. So here goes nothing. Question 1. Why did you start this channel? I don't know why my interviewer is British, but she is, and we're going with it. I vlogged a lot. I started a channel about 3 years ago with my sister called Kales and Cece. It basically became this home video central for me and my college friends, which was a lot of fun to record our different adventures. So that still adhered to my sister's and I's rules that we had set up, and then there was this other sort of dumping ground channel for unedited footage of the Kales and Cece videos called The Apartment and Friends that I ran. Then I made my own channel to accompany the 100 Happy Days challenge, and I called it 100 Happy Videos, and while I completed the challenge I didn't exactly make 100 videos like I wanted, but there still was a lot of fun to doing that and made a lot of really cool memories and a lot of really cool videos in my opinion. I've also made travel vlogs to both Ireland and Nicaragua. Then eventually I got a job with my college making YouTube videos for them, which eventually led to me making videos for an entire summer with NASA, which is pretty cool. Watching my videos is a great way to get to know me. So if you want to check out any of those videos, I'll leave the links below, or you can click on the respective videos around here. I've been all over YouTube, and I've never really had my own channel with no rules and regulations where it's just run by me doing what I want to do. And this was right around the time that I discovered Booktube, and I thought, this is a place where I could fit. And I'm hoping to find a home with Booktube. That's a conglomeration of reasons as to why I created KalesKorner. Question 2. What are some fun and unique things you will bring to the Booktube community? That's not an intimidating question at all. My first thought is that I don't really typically read mainstream stuff. Don't get me wrong, I do read those too, but I like discovering books that not everybody's heard of and kind of bringing them to light and kind of taking, if you like said mainstream thing, then read this not so mainstream thing. I don't really limit my reading list to the New York Times bestseller list. If I did, I would only be reading like 10 books off each list, which, how many lists are there on the New York Times bestseller list? Because they split them up into too much math. Okay, we're done. Moving on. The other thing is I also read plays. Being the theater nerd that I am and also a playwright, I read plays. And so my hope is on this channel to be reading as many books as I am reading plays, and hopefully I'll be able to give those reviews too. And I don't know any other booktuber that's doing that, so those are some things that'll make me different. Question number 3. What are you most excited about with your channel? The thing that I'm most excited about is that there are no rules. I know there are like the unspoken sort of terms of Booktube and the rules of, you know, putting videos out of TBR at the beginning of the month and what you read at the end of the month, the wrap-ups, but to me, I'm excited that I don't have any rules and regulations, and it's just I get to read what I want and I get to put up videos whenever I want. It's very freeing for me, and hopefully by doing that I'll be able to create connections with people and really get to talk about things that I love, that are books and stories. It's a wonderful community that I'm excited to dive into and become a part of. Question number 4. Why do you love reading? Why do I love reading? This is a tough question. I love the paradox of the escape and connection that comes with reading. I love how in a book you get to escape from reality by diving into another one, and you get to learn about people and connect with people and stories, and you get to learn things that sometimes you would have never learned elsewhere and give you some perspective on life and love and just, it reaches out to other people and other worlds and learning lessons and yet finding connections that are all through humanity, and just, I think it's wonderful and I think it's awesome and I think everyone should do it. So that's why I do a lot of it. Question number 5. What book or book series got you started reading? I don't know the exact series or book that got me into reading. I can remember reading like the Magic Treehouse series and Bailey School Kids, which is like the Vampires Don't Wear Polka Dots and stuff. And Chronicles of Narnia was a thing, as was Nancy Drew. We owned like the whole set. Harry Potter, obviously Harry Potter was a big influence in my life, but I was a reader before Harry Potter. I read a lot as a kid. I still do. It's kind of the reason why I'm doing this. Question number 6. What question would you ask your favorite YouTuber? I would ask them, what is your favorite word? It's my favorite question to ask practically anyone, but I really love doing it at like authors' book signings or Q&As. I took it from Bernard Pivot's questionnaire. I think it's a fascinating question that really tells you something about a person. It's a really great question that emphasizes how language affects us as people. If you're curious, some of my favorite words are plethora, as in I have a plethora of books. No, seriously, I do. Chrysanthemum, like the flower, I just love the way that it sounds. And timshel, which is a word I learned from John Steinbeck's East of Eden. That means thou mayest. If you want to know more about that, read this book, because you just should anyway. Question number 7. What do you think will be the hardest challenges you will have to overcome? I think, honestly, the hardest thing will be getting people to watch, but that's not the most important thing to me. The most important thing, which also may be the hardest thing for me, is connecting with the viewers, because in my previous jobs I kind of had to do that, but not to the extent that I want to, and so I'm not really well versed in that, but I just want to talk to people about books, and I want to share my ideas about books and hear what other people have to say, because I think it's a wonderful community and a wonderful way to relate to people, and I think this is a wonderful outlet in which to do that. So I think that will be the hardest thing, but also is going to end up being the most rewarding. So that completes my first tag video! Woohoo! That was actually not that painful, I think. Hopefully. Maybe you thought it was painful. I don't know. We're gonna stop talking and stop making it awkward. If you would like to know more about me, ask any questions, or perhaps share your favorite book or word, leave a comment below. I'm all over social media, so follow me, and I look forward to seeing and talking to you guys more on other videos I make. Until next time, bye! First tag video completed. Check.